So today we are going to talk about playlist push. I did some mid-hub last week or the week before, and I promised I'd have one about playlist push. I didn't want to start too quickly on it because every playlist push campaign goes for at least 2 weeks. And so I didn't want to just do it as soon as the 2 weeks were over because I didn't think that was actually indicative results. I wanted to give it at least a week after I kicked off the campaign. It's been exactly a week today on Saturday. Kicked it off 3 weeks ago, so it's been 3 weeks since I initially kicked off the campaign. The campaign is for a song called One Night. If you haven't heard it, you can see it down below in the description. It's my most popular release to date, and so I'm pretty happy with the song. I think the song is quality, but I also think that Playlist Push put me in a position to win. I'm sure you guys are wondering how much money I spent on Playlist Push, so I'm going to go into that as well, go into all the details of how Playlist Push worked, how many blogs or curators they said they'd send it out for the amount of money I spent, what my ROI was on that, the negative feedback, the positive feedback, and then from there, really just going to show you guys what I think and my gut feel from the overall service. Because I do think it's a good service. I do think it has a place. In fact, I've already used it again for another song that I just released last week. If you guys like the content, please let me know below. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's dive right into it. And this is what their interface looks like. So if you're comparing this to Submit Hub, it looks like they put a little bit more money into their UI, or for those of you who don't know what UI means, user interface. Their dashboard is this, obviously fairly simple. They have referral links, statistics, you've got account settings. You can go in here, change your basic information, your connected platforms, etc. And of course, they have the dashboard where you can go and manage your campaigns. Right now, you can see I got Do You Feel just kicked off yesterday, so we're only 1 day in. Got one playlist who has accepted, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about One Night. Let's go to the results. It asks you whenever you first go to Playlist Push, it asks you to input 5 artists that you think your song sounds similar. And then from that, what they do is they derive different genres that your song will potentially be in, and they pick playlists that they submit this to based on the genre input that you have. So you do have to put in some effort. They're not going to do all the effort up front to figure out exactly where you fit. You do have to put some in. I think they curated a little bit more, file it down a little bit more based on the individuals who are working on your behalf. But anyway, in any case, what I did is I inputted a couple different artists. I think I put like Maroon 5. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, so this is kind of like their interface. It says here, you can send it to 24 playlists for $258, right? That's not actually that bad. But if you go in here to edit genres, it says, this is it. Okay, yeah, so here are the similar artists that I selected, and then I just went through and excluded a ton of the ones that they included on here. And I don't know if this is actually effective because I haven't compared it to anything else. All I do know is that it narrows the focus of the genres that I target, and I don't want to pay for genres that I know my music doesn't necessarily fit into. As an example, I definitely don't think it fits into lo-fi beats or indie psych rock. Some of these I did think it went in, but I narrowed it down the best I could. And they do have I guess to show you guys this search tool that they have that you can, go click artists on. So what you have here is, the 5 artists I selected: Maroon 5, Tom Misch, Joe G, Still Woozy, Empire of the Sun. This is just based on a ton of feedback I've had from One Night on who I sound like, what it sounds like. That was just really what I learned over the last month and a half since the song was released. Looking at the results at a high level, again, this campaign was kicked off on August 17th. It ended the 31st, was exactly 2 weeks later. That's how all campaigns go. In general, when they first submitted the campaign, I got a fair amount of responses on that first couple day window. And then I got a lot more within the last probably 2 days. So people either do it immediately out the gate, or they wait till the very last minute, procrastinate like most everybody, and do not submit it till the end. So don't be discouraged if they don't start giving you playlist ads in the very beginning. think I paid $475 for this campaign. So $475, that was the price that I put into it. And then I applied a 10% discount that gave me, maybe it was 430 is what I actually came out of pocket, but it was a $475 campaign in total. From that, they promised, I think it was 47 playlists that they sent it to. So roughly $10 a playlist. And of that, I got responses from, let's see here. Out of the 47 they promised were 25 out of 47. That is not great, but I'm not going to say it's bad either, because out of the 25 that I sent it to, 8 said yes. So what is that? 32%, something like that. Is that right? 25 times 4 is 100. 8 times 4 is 32. Yeah, 32%. That's a really, really good ad rate. So I think that they're much more targeted, and they're doing a whole lot better of a job of getting you actually on those playlists based on the quality of your song. This all depends on how quality your song is. So there's a few other things to note here. So I went from roughly just under 2,000 monthly listeners to above 9,000 monthly listeners right now. If you're just going to the actual Spotify account, show you me. So anyway, you can see that there's quite a few. In terms of the ones that got added, there are a few different things that they said. Love everything about this song. Will be added to my top playlist. You don't need feedback on this one. You need radio play. That was Sound. Shout out to them. Shays said, yes, loving this. So catchy. Deserves to be in an Apple commercial. Hit, killer production. Beautiful song. Love this song. It's so good. This sounds great. I love it when the bass starts. I love it. 10 out of 10 in production. I love what you do. Freaking awesome. I really love your style. Awesome track, guys. I'm in love with this song. One of the best anybody has ever sent me. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. Keep going, guys, because you have a lot of talent. I thought the track's lyrics were catchy. I love the melody and definitely sounded mainstream. Good quality and catchy. Great job. Thought this was a great song. Love the energy and how it sounded very modern to me. So this is all 8, rapid fire of the good feedback that I got from this. Everybody seemed pretty damn friendly compared to Submit Hub. However, again, it's targeted. So you're sending it to people who actually want to listen to your music, not trying to knock on Submit Hub. It has its place. Playlist Push is just effective if you're looking directly for Spotify plays and being on a Spotify playlist. Now, let's look at here a little bit further into the songs, the curators who did not add One Night. The song has a very versatile and original sound. The sound effects used bring a lot of dynamics and a rhythmic variation that catches the listener during his experience. The vocals are appreciable, with moments that reach a very high vocal performance, giving the music production quality and personality. Even with these qualities, the song lacks the style of existing playlists. So that was Alan. Thank you for the detailed message. This song is so upbeat and fun to listen to. I also like how catchy the melody is. Vocals are awesome too. Doesn't fit my playlist, but you did a great job with it. So look, these guys are pretty nice. You got another one, not my playlist style. Not bad, but not kicking my ass fully. The chorus is okay. The verse is a bit weak and it's too much baby inside. That's fair enough. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of true. I thought that before. So, it's not like these are real people giving you their honest feedback. Love the melody and mixing. Vocals are great. Unfortunately, there's no playlist for that. Keep it up. A decent track, like the backing kind of gives me the Weekend vibe in the verse, like the chorus too. Strong backing track. Doesn't fit my playlist style, but I do like the track. Again, so I got, let's see, if I got 8, that means I got 17 no's and 8 yeses. So, I look at that as a W. I look at that as a win that I was added to, and then we'll dive into the results that I got from it, whether or not I think you guys should purchase it or not. So here is Sound. They added me to a Night Candy playlist. I think this was the first one I got added to. They have 11,000 followers, roughly 824 monthly listeners. That is not that great of a ratio if you're looking at monthly listeners to total followers, but it is still decent, and I am still getting, several, probably about 100 plays a day from that playlist. So pretty cool. Let's see. Here's another one. So here's one with 3,000 followers, only about 150 monthly listeners. We got some smaller ones here as well. 4,000 or roughly 5,433, 37, 977, 37 monthly listeners. See, it's hard out here. It's hard not life. And then we get to the good one. So I got this one, which was 2009 hits alongside with the Night Candy playlist. Those were both really good for me. So 29,091 total followers, 3,635 monthly listeners. So I'm getting a lot on that. Average duration that you're on this playlist is actually 4 months. So it's just going to keep adding up. And I'm super excited about this. 2 out of the 26 playlists managed by this curator were matched. So just some additional details for what Marco said at this 2009 hits playlist. And then we have the big mamma jamma, the ones that's done the best for me thus far. And this is the top 100 playlist. Total followers, 34,015 followers. Now their monthly listener ratio is great. They have nearly 15,000 monthly listeners. And because of that, I am getting roughly 1,200 plays a day from this particular playlist. So it's going really, really well. And I guess what I should probably do is show you guys the results on Spotify for artists. Night. Okay, so here's what you're looking at. So this is when I first this is before I first released it, or after I first released it. If you're looking here, I was doing okay. I was getting roughly, less than 100 a day, but it was going okay. And then you get to Friday, which I think I got added to a release radar playlist that day, and that was the cause and spike. And then the campaign kicks off on this Saturday, August 17th. Okay, so this is where you're looking at my trajectory, and it just steadily it didn't go up every single day, but as I got added to more and more playlists, it did really well. The release radar helped out a lot, so as you can see, I just slowly went up. This was a highlight for me Thursday a few weeks back, 411 plays. Keep going along. Wednesday, August 28th, 370 plays. And you just keep going up until I got basically the playlist finished, and I got added to this playlist, and I just went up to I went from about, my best day was 411, and then after I got added to that top 100 playlist, it went from 331 to 599 to 1.3 thousand, and that was last Sunday when that happened. The next day was 1.4K, and it's been 1.6 or 1.5 every day since. I guess it's a little lagged in how often it shows it to you, but pretty darn cool. You can look at the statistics here just so you can see they appear to be real people. Los Angeles is my number one city. New York City. All the way down to, where's Austin on this list? Austin's fallen way behind, 22. It's crazy. Interesting, but anyway, so you can see here, Australia's got a bunch of streams for me, US has got a bunch of streams for me, Canada doesn't have as many, but pretty cool overall, I'd have to say. I'm very happy with these results. So let's talk about, so where I'm at right now is 16,452 plays, and again, it's been about 1.6 or 1.5 a day. So I bring this up primarily just to show that, look, from my perspective, this is a great way to get some plays on Spotify. You get paid for Spotify plays. So when I hit 100,000 plays, I'm going to get paid, a small check. It's not great, maybe $300-400, but it is, it's something. And I'm very happy with that, considering that I paid about $400 for the playlist. So to me, it's actually an ROI positive thing if you have the results in your music. Do I think this is the only way, and in fact the best way to get your music on the playlist? No. But I work a full-time job. I work 50 to 60 hours a week, not on music. And so, because of that, I choose to spend the money that I earn from that job to support this music career. And this is the way I justify it, right? Not everybody is me. If you don't have $300 in your bank account, or you don't even have $1,000 in your bank account, you shouldn't be spending $400 or $500 on this. Now, if you really, really, really want this to push your music and you believe you have the results that you need, it's not like my music is getting a shit ton of other plays just because of this one song. So that's something else that you got to find out, whether or not how many of your listeners actually stay listeners and stick around. But it is one of those things where, you know, it's a crowded place today. It's difficult to get stats like this. For that very reason, I think Playlist Push, the $475 campaign, I had it sent to roughly 47 playlists. 25 of them responded, 8 accepted me. And that is in effect accumulated me what could very well be a few 100,000 plays by the time this campaign is over. So ecstatic for that. I think we'll see if these turn out to be long-term fans, or if this just turns out to be, you know, a quick check from Spotify or whatever that it is. But it's one of those things where I know the plays are organic, they're real listeners, and that's all you can ask for, is a way to get exposed, so people listen to your music and let you know whether or not they like it or not. If people don't like your music, it doesn't matter whatever you do to make them listen, right? It all depends on how good the quality of your music is, and are you able to connect with that audience? And this is a way to do it organically. Again, it costs money, but I think it's very much so worth it. So what do you guys think? Is Playlist Push something you would invest in? Hopefully it's useful. Again, please let me know if it is. I personally was looking for someone who had a review on Playlist Push online. Didn't find anything about it. So excited to share these results with you. And again, in terms of Spotify plays, it's working. Is it working for anything else? Am I getting blog coverage on this? No. Am I getting different Apple playlists even to get on their SoundCloud? No. All that's done through SubmitHub, which is its own lane, as I mentioned to you. But if you're looking for Spotify results, Playlist Push is a good answer. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Happy Saturday to all you guys who are watching today. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to the studio later today, going to record some music, drink some more on my cafe, and appreciate you guys. Talk soon. Peace.
Tell me, is it love? Moments of our day that we giving up here. If it ain't another fight, is it just a bluff? Remind me how my life isn't stressful, my dear.